Log into the SyncScan dashboard. Go to syncscan.cloud. Log in with your username and password emailed from SyncCity. Scan in real time. Once you're in the dashboard, click on All and continuously scroll to see all scans. Click on Known to search through all known faces. Click on Strangers to view all unidentified faces. Click on Allowed to view all faces that are allowed through the system, whether mask on or off, or ID'd or unidentified. These faces are also allowed as they do not have high temperatures. Click on Denied to view all of the red scans, which are unidentified, banned, or no mask, or high temperature. Click on the Devices tab to view all devices online or not online. Green means online. Internet connection status and length of connection or disconnection. Internet connection status, white means not connected to the internet. Any scans that are taken offline will appear in the dashboard once reconnected to the internet. Last scans are the time since last scanned in. Click on the blue Update button for software updates next to your device. For general kiosk troubleshooting, turn off or unplug the kiosk for 30 seconds. Troubleshooting the kiosk for internet connectivity. Make sure the kiosk is within range of the router. A 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi band is the only band it will connect to. Please ensure that all network requirements listed on this page are met. You can click on each individual device to see scans that were taken at that particular device, and then click on the pencil to rename that device. Click on the check mark to save the renamed device. Scroll through to see all scans on the device. You can view by grid or by list. You can also do a temperature adjustment per kiosk. You click on the cog in the upper right-hand corner and then adjust up or down for the temperature adjustment. Click Save. Here you can also adjust kiosk audio per kiosk device. Click Save. If adding an additional kiosk, click the Register Device button, enter the 9-digit code that flashes on the kiosk screen once SyncScan is launched on the new kiosk. Under the People tab, you can see all people added to facial recognition. Click on Manage Groups to add, delete, and edit any groups. In order to add a person/profile picture to the facial recognition database, click on Add Person. Enter in their first and last name. You can also add in their email address, phone number, NFC tag ID, employee ID, and assign them to a group. If they do not have a photo to upload, you can request that they upload their own photo via email or SMS, text message. And these are the directions for email, SMS, selfie requests. Before you send the request via email/SMS, enter an email address and phone number. Select the request via email/SMS box and hit save to send the SyncScan selfie upload messages to the user. They will receive them in text and email if you enter both phone and email address. Once the user has the message, they can allow SyncScan to access their camera, take a selfie, and submit it. The user can take a selfie with a phone or a computer. Once they take the selfie, it'll be automatically loaded into the SyncScan cloud database. Facial recognition picture requirements. The facial recognition algorithm requires the face to be lit fully and face onto the camera. The facial recognition algorithm struggles to read faces that have pictures with hats, masks, hoods, shadows, and poor lighting. The facial recognition database is most accurate when all people have clear and accurate pictures uploaded to their profile. Uploading a JPEG from a computer. Here we're adding a person and uploading their photo from the computer. JPEG images only. First and last name are required. You can enter email address, phone number, ID, NFC tag ID, and assign to a group. Click on a person to edit their information. Scroll through to see their scans, grid or list view. Then click on Edit to change any information. When adding or editing a person, you can select Band and save. On the screen, it will read unauthorized when the banned person checks in. You can set SMS and email alerts for any banned individuals. To delete people, right-click on the person. You can view, edit, or delete at that point. Bulk upload people, JPEG images only. First, we will be uploading an Excel file of all the people, and then the photos will follow. Click on Bulk Upload People. Download the template. You will see the columns in the template are ID, first name, last name, email address, phone number, NFC tag ID. Only first and last name are required, but all of the columns must remain. If you would like to bulk upload your JPEGs, add an ID number to each person. Once your Excel file is filled out, upload and assign to group. Ensure that all of the people were uploaded. Pictures will follow next. Click on Upload Bulk Photos and then go over to the Photos tab. I have a file full of JPEGs with the ID number labeled for each photo. Drag and drop those to bulk upload your photos. Look through people to make sure that the photos were assigned to the right person. Just a reminder, do not delete any of these columns in the template Excel file, and the first and last name are required, or an initial for the last name. Moving over to the Reports tab, we can review reports by scans, attendance, groups, devices, and dates. The attendance report is to see who scanned in on that day to provide an attendance report for that day. Here you can see that the temperature marks the person as scanned in, that they were in attendance that day. Click on the Download as Excel file blue button up in the right corner in order to download all of these reports to your computer as an Excel file. You can, of course, save these files to your computer. You can email them to colleagues. You can also edit the files at this point. Next is the Settings tab. Faces not programmed under People in facial recognition are considered strangers. Turning on Deny Entry to Strangers will flash red on the kiosk, tagging them as unidentified. The temperature threshold setting notifies a person who scans in that they are at too high of a temperature. And as you can see in the video, the temperature threshold number can be adjusted up or down. Here is the view on the kiosk when the temperature threshold notification is turned on, and then here is what it looks like in the dashboard. If the kiosk needs temperature calibration, all devices can be adjusted here under Settings, Device. If all kiosk audio alarms need to be adjusted, they can be adjusted here under Settings Device. The audio alarm will sound for strangers when deny entry to strangers is turned on, high temperatures, and no mask. If require mask for entry is turned on, the kiosk will remind people not wearing masks to wear a mask. Under Settings, Alerts, users can receive alerts over temperature threshold. These alerts can come in via SMS and or email. The same type of alerts can be set for banned or unauthorized people added to the face recognition database. The kiosk will show that this person's unauthorized, while a user can receive an email and or a text message notifying that the banned person has checked in. How to build your wellness questionnaire. Click the green Add Field button, add a header to start. We're copying a questionnaire from the CDC's website, but please choose your questionnaire based off of your region/organization. We're following up the header field with a label field. This is just to show you an unbold text. You can use this to help explain your questions. Next, we're using the text field type to ask for the person's name, leaving out the placeholder, selecting yes as required. Now we're adding email with just the text field type once again. We're adding in a placeholder this time to show them to add their email address. You can right-click to edit or delete a field. We're going back in to add a placeholder for the name. Now we're adding an additional text field with a placeholder. This one's for the last name. You can drag and drop to rearrange the questions on the fly. Now we're adding another text field for a phone number. This has a phone number as a placeholder. Moving on to the next section, we're adding a new header field. These are the health questions. We follow up the headers with the label field type to describe the section and to ask for the following questions to be answered. We're going back into edit the phone number question to demonstrate how to change the field type after the question has been created. You can go back in, same with email. It was a text field type. We changed it to an email field type. Select required and save. Next, under health, we're going to add a checkbox field of questions. The prompt box is where you will put the questions, and then under options, we will list the options for the user to select. If you look at the preview box in gray on the right, it shows you a preview of what the questions will look like. Right-click to go back in to the questions and edit any spelling errors. Adding another field of questions, we're going to do radio as our field type. Under prompt, we will list the question, and then under options, we'll list each option for the user to select. The radio field type is great for yes or no questions, while the checkbox questions are great for multiple selected answers. Now we're testing out a drop-down box field type for you to see. Enter your question under prompt, and then you can enter your options as selections. Preview what the question will look like in this blue-gray box on the right, and then test it out to see how it will look for the user. You can edit the field type at any time for the questions. This one we did drop down to radio. Once the questionnaire is built, there are a few ways to get the questionnaire to users. And one way is to print the QR code that appears next to the questionnaire that you just built. Ideally, the QR code should be placed on a poster next to the kiosk with directions as to how to complete the questionnaire. The next steps would be to go back into Settings, Device, toggle to turn on the Require Pre-filled Wellness Questionnaire. The Wellness Questionnaire acceptance window is the amount of minutes between the time the person fills out their questionnaire and gets to the kiosk to scan in. Next, select your primary identification method. In this first example, we're going to just use facial recognition. In this example, I filled out my wellness questionnaire within the 120 minutes. So when I arrived at the kiosk, I scanned the barcode. It remembered that I already filled it out. After the 120 minutes pass, my wellness questionnaire will reset. For the next example, we're going to do a wellness questionnaire with primary identification method, NFC or RFID tag. And I've also turned on to confirm identity with facial recognition. If you'd like to reset your wellness questionnaire answers at any time, you can just open up the previous Aztec code and hold your finger on the expires time until the fresh wellness questionnaire pops up in your mobile web browser. Now we're moving on to testing out the mobile barcode ID without the wellness questionnaire. The mobile barcode is like RFID, but it's an Aztec code instead of using an RFID card. These mobile barcode IDs are generated from the facial recognition database under People. You select the person, Send, and then send them their mobile ID. In this case, I had my phone number and my email address in my facial recognition profile, and so my mobile ID was sent to both my phone and to my email, which is a great place to save your mobile ID. The next option is virtually identical to the last. We're just going to add in a wellness questionnaire. You're going to select Require Pre-Filled Wellness Questionnaire. You'll set your acceptance window minutes, and then you will choose mobile barcode for your primary identification method, and then you can turn on Confirm Identity with Facial Recognition. So we're going to do the same as last time. Go into People, select Person, the person that you'd like to send the wellness questionnaire ID barcode to. You go into Send, and then this time we select Wellness Questionnaire, and it's going to send them the same type of email and SMS text message as long as their email and phone number are listed in their facial recognition profile. And then here is the message that pops up in a text message form sending you your wellness questionnaire. Click on the link once again. Fill out your wellness questionnaire. You can do this obviously at home before you get to the office or wherever you are. So in this case, your wellness questionnaire results are an Aztec code, but they're also your mobile ID code all in one. And we also turned on facial recognition, so it is also confirming that it is your face that is being scanned in with your mobile ID barcode. And here's how you access your wellness questionnaire / barcode ID via email. The special wellness questionnaire that also functions as a barcode ID will have your name on it. Next, we will look at the wellness questionnaire results. Click on the gray talk bubble icons to view wellness questionnaire results. When you move over to the People tab, you can click on a certain person, look through their scans, and click on their gray icon talk bubbles to view all of their questionnaire results. If you go over to Reports and select Wellness Questionnaire, you can see all questionnaires here and click on each result to view all answers. Moving on to the Settings Users tab, users can log into the SyncScan.cloud dashboard to view the data. Admin users can change all settings. To add a user, click the Add User button, the blue button at the top. Add in the user's first and last name, email address, click Save if you'd like them to edit the settings. Select the Grant Administrative Rights check button and hit Save.